She set the world on fire when everyone found out she was pretending to be black. Tonight on the 504, former NAACP leader Rachel Dolezal has a book coming out. We'll take a look at that and some other celeb stories heading to bookshelves. Plus, Mariah Carey wants her ex-fiance to pay her an inconvenience fee. I'm Sheba Turk, and the 504 starts right now. Welcome to the 504. Tonight, we've got some very special guests, Dr. Walter Kimbrough, the president of Dillard University, and Mia Boykins, who is the founder and president of the Student Emergency Assistance Incorporated. It's an international nonprofit which serves underprivileged youth and the homeless. Thank you all so much for being here tonight.
Thank you.
And you know we like to turn up on this show and have fun. We talk about trending topics, serious or not. So, of course, Dr. Kimbrough, we have to address the protests at Dillard over David Duke's presence on campus last week. Craziness. I know one of your students was arrested, though the charges have been dropped. Right. How are you guys moving forward?
Well, we've been able to move forward. I think the campus really came together quickly afterwards, and just a lot of information out there for the general public. I think the thing that I think about is that this becomes a microcosm of what our country has to deal with going forward after this election. And so that's what we think about. You know, when I tell people that this guy, when he was in the Klan, when the sheet was in the closet, spoke at Dillard to all of our students in the mid-70s.
Wow.
I had a conversation on Friday with Mama D. She was like, when he spoke on your campus, I had lunch with him. Now, this is a diehard civil rights leader who broke bread with the man in the Klan. She said, we disagree, but you got to be able to come together to deal with those things. And so I feel bad that today we don't even want to hear what other people are saying. It's like, you used to do this, or you think this way, and we think this way, and so we can't get together. Well, there's a lot of Duke ideology that exists in this state. There's a lot of alt-right ideology that exists in this state, and we can't just separate ourselves and not hear those ideas. We got to be able to have those conversations. So maybe we become a leader to be able to figure out how do we help this country and this state move forward when we got these divisive views that are out there.
Yeah.
So it's an opportunity. That's the way we have to look at it. But just putting in the history, it's like, this dude been here before, y'all. He's been here and people have engaged him. We got to be able to engage people that we vehemently disagree with. That's just one of the things we have to do. And as a church-related institution, we got to be able to show the way.
Yeah, so I'm glad to hear you taking that opportunity to open the floor for dialogue. Mia, thank you for being here as well.
Thank you,
Girl,
Sheba.
you work internationally. Tell us what you do around the world.
So my nonprofit, Student Emergency Assistance, I've been able to take that international. I've partnered, my most recent international event was with the United Nations, the refugee agency in Barcelona, Spain. And I was able to fundraise enough money in 2 weeks while doing a full-time master's to house 2 Syrian refugee families. The work that I do, I've also done like international youth empowerment events in London, England. I've planned events in China, and I've done events all over the U.S., New York, Atlanta, D.C., for homeless populations and also just to inspire and encourage the youth.
You're doing some very amazing things. Well, we're glad to have you here. You guys both doing important work. Y'all ready to ratchet it up a little bit, though?
All right,
let's turn up. So we've got some books on our book list. We all remember Rachel Dolezal, the white woman who was pretending to be black and working as an NAACP leader in Spokane, Washington. Well, she's got a book coming out, and it is called In Full Color, Finding My Place in a Black and White World. The bio for the book says she will discuss the discrimination she suffered while living as a black woman. The bio also said she forces us to consider race in an entirely new light, not as biological, but as a function of the experiences we have, the culture we embrace, and ultimately, this is my favorite, the identity we choose. You've been shaking your head, Mia, the entire time I've been reading. Thoughts on this? Will you be reading the book?
I'm definitely not going to read the book. I don't support her at all.
I don't understand who does and who would read this. Who would fall into this trap to want to read your discrimination after you chose to be black?
Right.
Wow. I don't understand it all. Dr. Kimbrough, you're smirking over there.
I gotta read it.
Don't be one of those people.
I gotta read this.
I gotta read this. She's gonna be a bestseller because of you.
No, I gotta read this book. I mean, and that's one of the things, because she gave us an opportunity to really talk about this idea of cultural appropriation, because that's what she did.
Yeah.
She appropriated black culture, and then she tried to be, I'm all down with black folks, but then when she got stopped by the police, it was convenient to not have it on the license and be white when it was convenient.
True.
So those are still conversations. Just when this whole thing jumped off, it's like, man, for real, this. But I want to sort of know what's going on with her, if I can sort of glean, what's happening.
She's crazy. What else do you need?
No,
Dr. Kimbrough.
There's some stuff going on with her that I mean, she's fascinating to me. I was one of those people when it was all in the news. I wanted to watch her I watched all the interviews. I want to see what this woman's talking about.
Man, you're one of those people. I'm so mad at you. Okay, well, the internet's been talking. Rachel Dolezal got a book deal about being black when black authors are struggling to get published, somebody said, so I cannot. The second person said, if the first line of Rachel Dolezal's book isn't, I'm white, then I'm not interested. Some valid points. All right, well, 23-year-old Zayn Malik, I think that's his name, Malik, I always forget. His autobiography's coming out. I'm starting to feel old when we do the show. He's the one who left One Direction, though, and he says he wrote it for people who want to know why he left. He's also going to talk about anxiety, his battle with anorexia, and this is not just a book. It also has photographs, drawings, lyrics. It sounds like a ton of random stuff that he stuck in the book to fill some pages. Do y'all know this kid?
I don't know this
Y'all
guy.
know about as much as I do.
Yeah, I've never heard of him.
For the One Directioners, because I know there's a big age group obsessed with him, I guess they would read this. Would you guys be interested in this at all?
I wouldn't. I don't really have a connection with him. It just sort of sounds like that, though. He is addressing an issue we don't really hear men talk about.
That's true.
You know, once again, I have to be an educator at all points. So it's
Yes,
like,
you do.
what's the value of that? So we don't really have men talk about, you know, managing weight and, you know,
And
eating disorders.
disorders.
So that's something that's new. And if he has this broad platform, it might provide an opportunity. So but I don't really know him. So
I don't either. I'm glad y'all are not making me feel bad.
Yeah, so my first master's degree is in child psychiatry, so I have a background in psychology as well. So reading up on this, I thought it was interesting. One, back to his point about it coming from a male perspective, but then also what I found interesting about the book was him discussing that his anorexia did not have to do with body image. It was more about him exerting that control that he was missing in his life. And I think that's something that people don't really consider when they think about anorexia, that people really do starve themselves and manage their diet because they want to be able to have some control over their lives. So I thought that was important.
This is more interesting to me than the Rachel Dolezal book. I'll give him that. But I'm not reading it.
Well, did you
see how I shaded you? Did you see how I
did, but that's for you. I don't know anything about him. I know about her, and I want to hear this story, how she justified this, because she's basically telling us all I got to do is say I am black, and now I am black.
And that is what she
And so
said.
I want to understand how does she conceptualize that?
All right. We're gonna have you back on for the book review of
Yeah,
that.
I'm telling you.
We got one more. Toya Wright has a book out called How to Lose a Husband, and she's completely tricking us with the title. So she went through that nasty divorce with music producer Memphis, but this book is not about that. It's a fictional book that tells the lives of 6 women based on real life experiences of love and betrayal, all kinds of relationship stuff, and it is based on real life, but she says it's not her life. Which, you know, people were like, oh, she's writing, she's gonna give us all the juicy details on the divorce. That's really not the case here.
No, that's not what she did. And
No.
so, and see, you know, once again, just in terms of books, this is someone, you know, on our campus, she sat on my couch. She spoke on our campus just a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so she was at Dillard and talked a little bit about these, you know, all these, you know, experiences that she and others have had, and she rolled them into this fictional book. So that was a part of it. I mean, she even said that she wants to do this and make it a movie, and there's a character that I'm gonna get to play. So I hope to be in the movie. So Toya, remember, get your boy. I need to be in the movie.
Dr. Kimbrough, you're out of control.
No,
So
I need to be in the movie. I keep telling everybody I
want
want to be. She said, I got a character that's good for you.
What's your character?
I don't know, but I just want to be in the movie. I just,
You know what?
I just feel like I should be in it. So
You are a mess.
So I'm reminding her and all her family out there, tell your girl, I'm in the movie.
This is ridiculous. He's out of control. Mia,
Yes.
are you going to read this book? Or would you like to?
I wouldn't probably read this book, but I thought, again, you know, I read about the background of the book, and I thought that it was interesting that she actually put that title of the book because people are attracted to negativity.
Yes, that's why she did that.
Exactly. So that's bringing the dollars in there, and it just goes to show you know, you can put something positive or wrap it up in a different title, but no one's going to support it. So
That's true. So I'm down with it. We're not mad at you trying to sell books. All right, that does it for our book list, guys. When relationships come to an end, there is usually drama. It's even worse for celebs, of course, because the business is all in the streets. Mary J. Blige's ex wants some money, and Mariah Carey wants her ex to pay her an inconvenience fee. We'll tell you what that is when we come back.